Welcome back in. It's time for Fire Field Vision, powered by NovaCare. Each and every week we take a look at some of the good, some of the bad, some things that the team can work on, some things that they've excelled at in previous games. The Chicago Fire coming off a 2-1 loss in New York. They get ready to take on the LA Galaxy in Los Angeles, a 9:30 start, the third of their 3 road games. And I know you talked a lot about it. We talked about coming away with points. You had said 3 points on the road. That means a win this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, however you get it done. I think you look at a 3-game road trip against 3 very good teams. I thought 3 points or even 2 points would have been a positive for any team in MLS, really.
Right.
It's just so difficult to go on the road. But yeah, it does put a little bit more pressure on this last game of the road trip because you want to get a reward out of it. You want to get a reward out of positive performances. You know, like Eric was saying, they played well in New York. You know, there was no question about that. You don't get a point out of it, so it's a little bit of disappointment. So now you've got to cash in LA. Another difficult place to play, even though they've been struggling. This is a team with a lot of history, and they're in a little bit of a panic mode. So you got to go and get 3 points here to feel good coming out of that 3-game road trip because you're coming home, but you're coming home to Seattle.
Sure.
So it's a big game.
Let's take a look at some of the good things and the bad things that happened this past weekend in New York, Frank.
No, obviously a lot of good things, and we talked about transition and their ability to break that pressure, and this was a great sequence here with McCarty to Akam, good run by Nikolic, and just a great little cut there. He cuts inside, little fake, and then great opportunity. It was a great save by Robles there because it was a quick little toe poke. And then again, obvious here, this is Akam's game that, you know, I think has excelled. His ability to play those early balls, and then just a great run here by Soliniak. Handball on the slide, but for me, when that play develops, he's looking at the assistant referee. It's down. He's got to go quicker to goal.
Well, here you see the first goal for the Red Bulls, and we'll talk about the movement here. Pause it here. You look at now, you've got Michael Harrington. He's sliding up. He's ball watching now, okay? You've got, I don't understand, he's going to take a step towards the ball. There's no reason to do it. But, Frank, you saw something else here.
I just felt like Soliniak is in a good position, lower block defending. He's got to come inside and get a little bit more closer to too much space there. And I think he can be in a position where he can help that pass coming in into the gap there.
And really, that's all about communication there. And you see here a really nicely done quick restart by Lucho Soliniak. Nemanja Nikolic, get your head up. Right now, one-time pass to David Akam, and this is a goal. It shouldn't be that difficult here. It's just about quick thinking and understanding you have a very, very fast teammate in David Akam who can finish. Get your head up. He doesn't. He takes a touch the wrong way, and it leads to an easy save. That should have been a goal.
Doesn't play the early, and even the second touch takes him away from goal. But here, again, we talk about the
hard work here by Dax. Look, he's not known for dribbling, but he does well to step in. And like you said, Nikolic, he's not going to miss goals from that distance, Frank.
No. Fantastic in the box. And going back to Akam, and this is, I think, part of his game that really has evolved. He cuts inside, and right away he picks that great movement and run by Soliniak there, finds him in the back post, and just so close. You know, those were the opportunities, you know. I mean, and we talk about just as the last goal, team shape in a low block. You see first 1-1, we're talking about Soliniak just ball watching. But then number 2 is Harrington there, where I feel he's in a better position to recognize where's the danger. He doesn't need to step into the space there because there's players around. You know, I think he moves in too early, which leaves that gap behind for that ball to be played to Lawrence. The ball comes through, I think, and Lawrence is there. Soliniak does well, but I think also that Bava's got to react a little bit better to that one.
Yeah, I mean, there are multiple breakdowns on that goal, like you said, Frank, and it's a simple solution, I think. There's got to be better communication there between Soliniak and Harrington and Kappelhoff. If you're Michael Harrington, there's no reason to step into that space. You talk to your center back, Kappelhoff, make sure he steps so that you can stay in the dangerous space. But also, like you said, Soliniak got caught ball watching, didn't track his man. So multiple breakdowns. And then, again, I agree with you. You know, maybe you ask for your goalkeeper to do a little bit more there at the end.
Yeah.
I think the very encouraging thing, and you guys both brought it up, is what we've seen from David Akam. Because in the last couple of years when David Akam didn't have help, he would get the ball and he would run towards the goal and try to score. Now he does have that, and it's taken a little while, but he's looking for people. He's finding Nikolic, he's finding Lucho, he's finding other guys to get the ball to, and that's going to pay off in the end.
Listen, his movement in space has been great, and now he has players around him, where it's Basti, where it's Zunino, where it's Dax behind him. You know, I think that he's moving into space, and if the space is there, you have guys that can find you. But now when he gets the ball, you know, and then he gets attention, 1 or 2 players, getting his head up and making passes like that is going to open up more space for him.
Yeah, we picked, I think, what was it, 5 or 6 clips here We had a couple more, and I think 2 of the clips that we ended up not showing were David Accam getting his head up and playing a good ball. At one point, he's in the breakaway. He realizes he has no one with him, and he slows down, waits for the run, cuts into his right foot, and drops that nice little ball into the box. That's the maturation of David Accam, and an understanding that he has teammates around him who can score. That's important. I think the next step is those teammates also need to recognize that if you play the ball into space for David, he's going to be able to take advantage of it for the most part. So getting them to look up a little bit early and recognizing that's important as well.
Yeah, and the positive thing, Fred, I think, and Paul, for me, is that the improvement of the team, you know, from every game. I think this was a solid performance against a very good team. They totally disrupted the rhythm of play for the Red Bulls. You know, they forced them a lot of times to play long balls. They were ready for that. They were able to win second balls. They were able to hit them in transition with the space that there was open there. The movement was good. They created enough chances, we saw. I mean, we showed 4 or 5 chances, but there were even more. So I think that the results are going to come.